when your question, my first question.
Just a moment. Namaste everyone. Okay, I request everyone to keep their hands at the heart center. Let's do a very short invocation, a prayer. We pray, we invoke blessings to the Supreme God, to the Divine Father, Divine Mother, to my spiritual teacher, to all the spiritual teachers and all the great. We humbly ask for your divine blessings, divine guidance, divine help, and divine protection for peace and illumination, for abundance, prosperity, and success. Thank you. In full faith, so be it. Tathastu. Amina. Amen. Inhale and absorb the blessing. Exhale. Spread the blessing through the system. Inhale and again absorb the blessings. Spread to the entire class. Again absorb the blessings. Spread to the entire world. With a beautiful smile. Open your eyes. Okay. So I am feeling so happy, so grateful for successfully coming to the last session of the foundation classes.
Conclusive session.
Yes, with the blessings of God and all the great ones, especially the energies, the curiosity, excitement to know more about Yogasana sports from people of Africa continent, and those who taken the lead on their shoulders, Jairam Thakkar-ji, Swati-ji, Siddhartha-ji, and others. So we don't know from the African continent and all the people, especially our World Yogasana, our entire team, and Bharat Yogasana. So we thank you for the wonderful opportunity to me to be a part of this. Now we come to the last session for the question and answers. Okay, so let's get started. This session will be like this. So wherever you want to give a little bit more clarification with respect to the topics which we covered, we shared in the WhatsApp group. So you can just ask so that we can get back to you and we can just briefly share about it. Otherwise, you have specific questions, you can ask us so that we share the answers. Yes, please.
Suggestion. The voice volume seems to be low, not only for me, a few other participants also. Can you try to increase the volume?
Yes, please. Yes, please. Is it better now, sir?
Yes.
Is it okay now, sir?
Can you give a thumbs up if you are able to hear well? Otherwise, will you re-log in? Maybe sometimes when you are not logged in properly, there could be a problem with the voice. So I would suggest you want to please begin and please mute whoever is making some sounds wantonly or involuntarily. Okay.
So I can see beautiful smiles today.
Many people are tense about the exam.
No, it's so easy. Okay, it's so easy. Okay, let's proceed.
Okay, I would request people from the Central Africa, okay, to raise any questions. Central Africa, Zambia.
Please
raise your hand. So there can be a permission before you raise your question. Well, there was advance intimation given to get ready with some questions. Yes, somebody is messaging me. There seems to be an echo from Raghavendra ji. Okay, Kaz. Yes, welcome, please.
Hi. I'm a bit confused and I want to find out how I understand how you select groups. But do they get selected right there at the end of the tournament, or are they selected prior? Because how do they create their routine if they don't know who's being selected? Does that make any sense?
Kaz, something wrong. We are not able to follow your audio is somehow disturbing. Can you please try to come back again and repeat your question?
Can you hear me?
Somewhat, yeah. Go ahead.
Just to find out, I understand how you choose the group, but are they at the event? Because how
One
do
second,
they?
Kaz, 1 second, Kaz, 1 second, please hold it. The volume has not improved very well, and there is an echo. Rabuna, can you please mute? I guess this is the disturbance coming from your speaker. Rabuna, please. We are not able to hear the question since there has been so much of a disturbance. Yes, I have now muted you, Rabuna. Please cooperate. Yes, now, Kaz, can you please go ahead afresh?
Can you hear me?
Yes, better.
I wanted to find out. I understand how the artistic group, how it's chosen and how you select them, but are they selected there at the event, or are they pre-selected before you get to an event? Because how, if they're selected at the event, because of their medals and where they stand, how do they plan their routine? I'm confused.
Okay, let me repeat what you were asking for the convenience of the coach. In the case of artistic yoga competitions, are there certain steps pre-decided by the organizers of the competition, or are they at the choice of the athletes? And what is the way forward in judging these artistic events? Is there possibility of any prejudice if the organizers have suggested the modus operandi, or is it only based on the athlete's own decision of what to perform that the performance is being totally assessed? Kaz, am I anywhere near the spirit of your question?
Yes, but I want to know, is the artistic group chosen at the actual event, or are they pre-chosen before they go to an event? Because from what I understand, it's depending on their status, and you get the gold medal and whatnot. That's how you choose the artistic group, the five athletes. So when are they chosen? Because they need to have obviously time to organize their routine.
Okay, it is the same issue even now. Even Yuan has not been able to follow this closely, but I guess your question surrounds the artistic yoga group competition and how is it being performed and judged. This is by and large the crux of the question, and probably a few more details on the costume, the music, etc. I guess Raghavendra ji, you can go ahead on these lines. Now you need to unmute. Raghavendra ji, you need to unmute.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the reminder. So when it comes to artistic yogasana events, the steps is up to the athlete and the coach, because coach knows what are the skills and talent of the athlete, which kind of steps that particular athlete can do. So what is the level of understanding of the music, rhythm, and so on, whatever the requirements for the artistic event. So if you take a traditional yogasana, the requirement is doing only asana. When it comes to artistic events, the requirement of not only the asana, also some other requirements with respect to music, steps, dance, and synchronization, so on. So it is up to the coach and it is up to the athlete's skills and talents when it comes to choosing the song, when it comes to choosing the steps. So any championship organizing committee doesn't say you have to follow these rules only. No, this kind of steps only. No. So they mention what kind of songs we can choose. It also mentioned what kind of songs we should not use. So based on that, we can simply choose the song based on the taste, based on the theme, based on the knowledge of the athlete and coach, and will be no prejudice at all when it comes to judging artistic events. It's simply based on the actual performance given by the athlete. Let's say, for example, athlete does a wonderful performance in general. So, however, when it comes to demonstration on the dais, the athlete felt nervous a little bit and didn't perform well. Then the athlete gets marks only whatever the performance given in front of the judges. Even though if the athlete is very talented, if not the performance up to the mark, he may not be in the top merit list. So there will be no prejudice. The steps can be chosen by the coach and the athlete. There will be no specific instructions from the organizing committee or Yogasana Bharat or World Yogasana for suggesting different steps. Right? When it comes to group event perform, as you remember, in group event we are covering rhythmic pair asana and artistic asana, and we can also cover pyramid. Pyramid means one asana above the another asana. Okay, so you can also use pyramid, combination of these. So the rules and regulations clearly mentioned in artistic yoga group event. When it comes to costume must be tight fitted. It must not have a cuts, and it must be round neck. It must not transparent, and different kinds of cloths allowed. I mean to say different kinds of material allowed. So those mentioned in the code of points. Okay, so it is not allowed to wear a deep neck, or it's not allowed to wear cloths which is showing the upper body or a back. Okay, it must be fully covered. The neckline and the trunk. These are the basic requirements of the costume, and you can also choose the color of the costume based on the theme, based on the steps so on. Hope your question answered, Kaz.
Okay, I just wanted to add that there is a message sent by Kaz so that it is clear to you. When is the artistic group chosen? Before the event or at the event? As they are chosen, as to what medals are they? Are there any medals for the artistic group you contest at all? And when is the total artistic group selected? And at what time? Before or during the event the group is decided? That is the question.
Okay. So answer for this question is, first thing, I would like to give in the context of India. I am not sure about how the structure in African countries. Let me share. Regional level we call district level here. Okay. First competition will be regional level, we call districts. After districts, we go to the state level competitions. That's the second level of the competitions. And the third level of the competition will be the nationals. When it comes to India point of view. So you can just compare with respect to your country point of view. Now, in the district level or regional level, we'll be having only 4 events: traditional yogasana, artistic yoga solo, artistic pair, rhythmic pair. Okay? They represent their district in the state level. In the state level, who comes in the first position of artistic yoga solo? Okay? Artistic pair, that means 2 people. Rhythmic pair, that means 2 people. 5 people together is collectively selected as a group event team for the upcoming national level competition. Hopefully, there will be a time gap of 1 month from each competition gap. Let's say district level is month of August. At least 1 month gap will be there. Maybe September, the state level, October, or maybe November, national level. So there will be plenty of time, about 1 month time for the preparation. We can also keep some coaching camps or training camps. So we can tune the skills of the athletes. So, okay. Thank you.
Okay, Veena, we are now coming to the East Africa. 1 second, Veena, let me may do some logistics. I need to bring you into focus. And now that she is satisfied, okay, Kaz is going to into the background. Go ahead.
Hi,
So you are asking artistic event. So artistic yoga solo
and in semi-final,
in the chart.
yeah, if you go to traditional yogasana page,
Okay. Just a moment.
page 31,
Yeah. I'm just getting.
under compulsory asanas, I can see for senior A, B, and C, it's written NA, which is not applicable, I guess.
Just a moment. Yeah. So that is for senior A,
Yeah,
B,
that's the one.
C. Quarterfinal level is not there. Semi-final and final will be there. Okay. So instead of quarterfinal level, they directly take the semi-final level. So what are the quarter? The semi-final level, 4, 5 compulsory asana and 2 optional asana to the senior A, B, and C categories. So they go along with the structure of compulsory asana and optional asana. When it comes to contingent, how many, whatever the number of the athletes comes in the semi-final level, so they do participate in the compulsory and optional asanas for the final level. So the number count will be taken as per the cutoff. So if we remember, so there will be a cutoff from semi-final to final, quarterfinal to semi-final, semi-final to final. Okay.
Fine. There's another question, sorry.
Yes, please.
In field of play, it says
Okay.
there are 3 layers, base layer, middle layer, and top layer, where it says the blocks are 1 by 1 and 11 by 11. And then in artistic yoga, it says 8 by 8 and 10 by 10. So it was a bit confusing there.
Yeah.
So which one is considered?
Okay. Just a moment. Let me open that. Can you share the number? Yeah. This one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Field of play for Yogasana. Base layer,
Yeah.
middle layer, that one.
Okay.
So it's
Now.
different for different, like it's different for traditional, it's different for artistic. Is it so? Or?
Yes, yes. Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Right.
4 meters by 4 meters into 4 meters
Okay.
is for traditional Yogasana event. You can just see here traditional Yogasana event. It's 4 by 4. So
Yeah,
this is
that
the
I understood. But initially they said
outer
the
layer.
base layer should be 10 by 10. So is it a must
Okay.
that should be?
So because we need to have some outer edge, otherwise, so it leads to discomfort to the athlete and also sometimes danger while performing. Need to have a
Yeah.
some base outside also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all from me. Thank you.
Right. Okay.
Anybody else interested in raising any question? Well, I have one which may take a long time. That's why I want others. Like yesterday, today's clarification also may need a little more elaborate clarification. That's why I'm trying to take the
Okay.
questions from others. Anybody else from East Africa? Tanga, no questions.
Gonzalo.
Tabora, no questions.
I have a question, coach. This is
Yes.
the topics covered for the examination.
Okay.
Point number 3, it says difficulty level chart plus base
Okay.
value. I'd like you
Yes,
to
yes.
shed some light on base value.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Just a moment. So let's briefly see difficulty level chart and base value. So page number 30. Just before traditional event, right? Okay. So difficulty level of charts of Yogasana. So as we remember, we have 5 categories. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 categories. And each category is subdivided into 2 categories. Category 1, 2 charts available. 1, 2, 1, 2, so on. Now, so when it comes to base value, based on the difficulty level, let's say here we have 5 various different categories here. Category 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 categories. So these 5 categories having 2 subcategories. Okay. So each and every chart will be having 25 asanas, difficulty level from simple to complex. These have base value. So base value, all the postures of the Yogasana are classified into 5 groups named as A, B, C, D, and E. Group A carries base value of 0.6, B carries 0.7, C 0.8, D 0.9, E 1 mark. There are 5 Yogasana prescribed in each group, in each chart. This is being done to be able newcomer athletes in Yogasana sports. At state, zonal, or district level organizers have freedom to decide the level of Yogasana to be performed by the athlete. Asanas of group D and E should be performed with a caution and under proper coaching and practice. This system will encourage new athletes to join the sport and inspire to reach next level with a regular practice. In artistic and rhythmic events, players have choice to select the Yogasana as per their level of practice. This will enable judges to find out the players who are in regular practice and have achieved greater level of difficulty. Okay. So this difficulty charts and base values, let's see practically. Let me open difficulty charts here. Yes. So this is one of the difficulty level chart. Each chart is having 5 asanas in a row. There are total number of 5 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 25 asanas there. This 25 asanas is difficulty from A to E. This signifies difficulty level is in increasing order. So as we just read, this is in order to encourage the new athletes and at the same time all the athletes who have a significant experience and expertise in the Yogasana can also perform D and E category. So when it comes to marking system, because of the difficulty level is less in A category, it is multiplied, the total number of marks multiplied by the 0.6 number. And it is the same with all the numbers. Let's say, for example, I am an athlete. I am doing the asana of A category. Let's say difficulty judge in artistic Yogasana solo gives marks for 10. 10 is the maximum mark. Let's say in that case, if I do the asana as per the key judging points given, so I may get total 9 marks for execution. Okay. 9 marks for execution. Let's say if I do any of the B category asana, let's say for example, I get the same 9 marks. Let's say if I do the C category, let's say for example, I also get the marks 9. Let's say if I am a more or less advanced practitioner, if I do the same asana as per the key judging points and all the instructions given in the code of points, I get 9 marks here also. And in E category also, I do an asana, I also get 9 marks. Let's say for example, this is the case. If I get 9 marks, if the asana is simple, the difficulty level is easy. Okay. and difficulty level is goes to more difficult. If the athlete gets the same 9 marks, even the athlete does simple asana or easy asana, if the athlete does the difficult asana, if the marks is given same, then there is no justice. That's why the fraction, the decimal given here, is supposed to be taken to multiply the total number of marks. So that, so here how many marks we get out of 10? 5.4 marks in total. If you take difficulty level, asana in the E category, 9 marks. So this is just to give a difference. When we do the asana in A category, we get, even if we get 9 marks, the total number of marks we get is 5.4. If it is the same case, if I do the asana in E category, the maximum marks I get out of 9, out of 10 is 9 marks. So here it clearly gives the understanding between various difficulty levels. So if we see, we have A category asanas 5 asanas, B category 5, C category 5, D category 5, and E category 5. For example, I choose the easiest asana in E category also to that particular athlete based on the skills and talents that athlete have. So this is a brief about difficulty chart. So what is the decision, how we multiply, so on. So when you learn about judging, so hopefully you will be having a judges training camp if there is a schedule. In judges training camp, you will be taught so how judging will be done, how the marks will be given. Also work with the score sheet, you can get a more better understanding with respect to the difficulty chart and the calculations. Okay.
Okay. Raghavendra ji, there is a question about the athletes. This is not my own question, which would be time taking, but this is another participant's question, relatively easy and simple for you. If the if the athlete has got into some compelling situations where the athlete cannot perform, like having injured, like having undergone a surgery recently, or in case of women athletes, the menstruation period. In such cases where normally they are not supposed to perform yoga at all, how is it being treated when it comes to a competition level and once some eventuality has suddenly arisen?
Okay, that's a wonderful question. Now, so before starting the competition, the athlete supposed to submit risk certificate and medical fitness certificate. Let's say if the athlete recently underwent a surgery, so he supposed not to participate in the competition. These are the so in general, participation is not suggestible. And if it comes to the knowledge of the competition director, so I'm not sure. Hopefully, as per the humanitarian norms, so they don't allow. Maybe it may worsen the health condition of the athlete who injured already or who got a surgery recently. Now, when it comes to women athletes, I too need to know more about this. Students, those who regularly practices yoga, almost athletes, women athletes, they do well, even they are under these within this 3 to 5 days of cycle. Because of the regular practice, they can get a greater control over the body and very less pain and discomfort. Sometimes always almost no pain and no discomfort. So it depends upon the person to person. I'm not sure whether there is some set of rules framed for this. Maybe I need to check with the question.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me find out if there is any other participant who would like to raise any issue so that I can go on for the long time taking question. Anybody else? Vipulji, are you in the queue?
No.
Oh, that's good news. That's good news. Okay, now I don't want to keep you people in a lot of suspense. What all I'm referring to is yesterday, Raghavendraji happened to mention certain aspects of coaching, and one of the elements he mentioned was philosophy. I would like to know, what is that philosophy? Is it the usual word by which we understand something divine, spiritual, blah, blah, blah? Or is it just the general analogy of the spiritual philosophy of competition and yoga? Can you elaborate on that, Raghavendraji?
Okay, thank you for the question. As far as I understand, I shared about this with respect to the middle-aged and senior citizen people who are interested in yoga. So we can make use of these things in order to keep them engaged and interesting for the classes. However, why they joined for the classes? First priority, their health, physical health and psychological health and emotionally well balanced. So we have to keep the things limited. We should not overload them with lots of spiritual knowledge. Yes, here as per the receptivity of the student. Even though if the student is having lots of interest, if you know that the student doesn't have receptivity about a particular subject, you should not teach. Okay, when it comes to philosophy, as you question, it may be connecting to their requirements. Let's say some of the people doesn't have even serious health complaints, do not have financial struggles. They like to know more about the peace, charity. So you have to go with the philosophical topics or short stories on those areas: generosity, non-stealing, loving kindness, non-injury, honesty, non-lying. Okay, so if the person is from the background of much strong financial background, so we have to share about health to improve the yama niyama, the character building. If the practitioners are younger ones, especially, you can teach yama niyama. So it builds the character of a person. Let's say yama have a five principles: satya, ahimsa, brahmacharya, asteya, parigraha. So when we teach, not very teaching like asteya means you do not steal. So you may elaborate a little bit more. Let's say asteya means stealing. Stealing is not only physical stealing, stealing the thoughts of others, stealing the ideas of others, stealing the uh, let's say for example, people these days have a internet, unlimited internet, most of the parts of the world, and access to number of websites. What they do, instead of going to the cinema hall or movie theater, they simply log in to a particular website to download or to get access to the new movies online, or they may download and they share with other people. It comes under stealing, pirated copy of the movie. How? Let's say, for example, if that particular movie made, there is a labor of a chai wala, lightman, okay, the people who works in the sanitation departments, various departments like editing department, shooting department, so on, so much. So if you purchase through proper channel, maybe through online OTT platforms, the portion of the money goes to the original content creators, the original owners, and the portion of the money goes to the sweeper who sweeped that particular day. They may give some bonus likes because huge profits for the movie. So such things we need to keep as a reminder and we need to share with the people. Okay, you should not steal. Okay, through pirated movies, pirated copies, pirated softwares. So it's called cracked software, something like so. Okay, all this comes under stealing. Stealing, if we do stealing, it's inviting poverty. Stealing creates a poverty energy, according to the teachings. So we can give a little bit more practical examples like this, so that students, when they are committing such things, they immediately get a reminder. Sometimes it's like a slap on their face. Okay, I am doing something wrong. I should not do this. Let's say, for example, your friend or your subordinate or your senior, junior does intense research on something, came with a very interesting outcome. Okay, they did intellectual hard work, not physical, which you can see. They did lots of research, read so many articles, synthesized, gave a sequence, so on. Now then the energy they invest. Okay, simply when the person shares the idea with us, claiming that idea, that outcome is drawn by me, it also comes under stealing. It's very dangerous stealing. Okay, we should not steal in such ways. So you can elaborate. If the students is younger ones, while you are giving breaks, let's say for example, there is a break between asana to some intense practice is there, it should be needed a break of 1 minute, 1.5 minutes. You can share short glimpse of these subjects. Let's say, as I said, 5 yama principles, 5 niyama principles, saucha, santosha, Swajaya, Tapas, Ishvara Pranidhana. Of course, those who new to these teachings may wondering what all these Sanskrit was. So this actually Yama and Niyama is together is called character building techniques. So if we master this Yama and Niyama, it's sequential in manner. We no need a remaining limbs of the Patanjali's eightfold path. However, it is not much easy. It is difficult. That's why we have asana, we have pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. Okay, so yama and niyama is taught to the young ones. It can also taught to the business people. Sometimes they tend to do such mistakes. These mistakes may invite a bad luck to them. They may lose their job or a business. Okay. So if you can also teach such things to all age groups, because like you people, you can share to your younger ones in your classes, like that. So philosophy, you always make sure that you catch the subjects within the philosophy which is more interesting to the audience of your class. Okay, stick to that. Sakarji, please unmute yourself.
That satisfies definitely, as I was imagining. And now there is an interesting question from one of the chat messages of a past participant. I'm going to read it out for you. But before that, I would like to request a scholarly looking Neda of Maputo. I said scholarly looking because I have been watching you going through a lot of wats of paper. So you are going to the next to raise a question since you are very studious. So I'm going to reserve that slot for you, Neda Maputo. Okay, now the question I'm going to read out. The athletes may choose from different categories in one competition. So the question is whether the athletes can choose from different categories in one competition. But before the coach comes into picture, is there any other participant who can answer this question? Is there any other participant? I mean, even coach would like to know how much other participants are ready. Okay, let me repeat the question. Can the athletes choose different categories of asanas in the same competition? That is the question. Any takers? I am very sure Coach Raghavendra can very easily answer, but I want participants to come forward who are going to take exam tomorrow and answer. Neda Maputo, any chance? No, it's okay. Okay, Raghavendra ji, you may, sorry, Vipul ji has raised his hand. Yes, sir, go ahead.
So far as I have understood, yeah, one can choose.
Would you like to elaborate the methodology of choosing? From which category, how many, or anything like that?
Yeah, depending
It's okay.
upon.
I don't want to inconvenience you. Let Raghavendra ji take over and clarify this particular issue, because this was one of the important subjects on which you can also expect some questions. So let us all pay particular attention when Raghavendra ji is going to answer this question. So the athlete may choose from different categories in one competition, question mark. That is how the text of the question was. Raghavendra ji, over to you, sir.
Okay, so as far as I understood, they asked about the different categories or different events.
Different categories is the word used.
Okay, so it's a mandatory, right? So we have to cover the all 5 categories if it is a final level. If you remember, if we repeat the category, we will not getting the marks. So there should be no repeat. Let's say, for example, if in the final level of a artistic yogasana solo event, if I use the category of forward bending, standing and forward bending floor, I already used this category. Okay. Again, if I take one more asana from forward bending category, so the marks will be 0. Category should not be repeated.
But there is a compulsory section and optional subsection. Can you elaborate on that, Raghavendra ji?
Okay. So when it comes to compulsory asana, we have to do the asanas. We do not have a choice. When it comes to optional asanas, we have the choice. Let's say, for example, if it is a final level, we have a choice of A, B, C category, D and E categories. If it is a quarter final level, if let's Yogasana, A, B, C, this between 3. When it comes to categories, it is pretty well simple, whether it be traditional remaining artistic events, we need to cover different charts, different category charts. We have 5 category charts: forward bending, backward bending, twisting, hand balancing, leg balancing. We have to cover them. We should not use let's say for example, I know forward bending, backward bending better, and twisting a little bit moderate. I don't know the leg balancing and hand balancing. I should not skip leg balancing and hand balancing. We must need to cover these categories.
Yes,
Right?
I guess that satisfies me, but let us ask who has raised this question. Yuan, is your audio okay now? Can you raise the subject yourself?
Please unmute.
Yeah, I have to go to the other end to my phone.
Okay.
Let me see.
It's okay. Your voice is clear now.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm on my phone. The question arose when we were talking about the difficulty charge. That's when I wrote that question. My question is not so much that you choose from different categories for backbends and whatever, but more if, for instance, you are weaker in certain asanas, can you, for instance, in one performance have asanas from different different categories and difficulty, for instance, a B and a C or whatever? Can you mix them? To choose really for one difficulty, or and also do people compete together in through those difficult different difficulties, or are they kind of grouped?
Okay.
You understand what I want to say?
Yeah, I understood. So the different difficulty levels A, B, C, D, and E. So it is a choice of athlete. In 25 asanas, they can choose of that particular athlete's choice. There is no rule that you need to have a combination of A, B, C, D. No. So whatever the level you are participating, let's say if it is a semi-final level A, B, C, D, if it is a quarter-final A, B, C, if it is a final A, B, C, D, E. Let's say if the athlete is advanced and have more control over the body and demonstrate asanas better. Let's say traditional yogasana for an example. In traditional yogasana, if the athlete want to demonstrate A, B, C, these 3 A, B, C difficulties opens. So if the athlete is advanced athlete, the athlete can choose C category asana in all different 5, all different 3. Okay, let's say for example, how many asanas they are going to demonstrate. All the asanas they can also perform from C category. Let's say if it is a semi-final, if the athlete is advanced practitioner as we are talking, the person can do all the D category asanas for all the optional asanas. Yes. If the athlete is advanced practitioner, he wants to do E category asanas for all the optional asanas, they can do yes. Because this allows the athlete to give their best in the competition. At the end of the day, the competition is to prove the athlete so what are the best he or she can perform on the dais. So you can choose on the.
You give the example that they're all
E.
choosing them in the same category, but do you have to do that? For instance, if people are not so advanced and maybe there are not so many people competing yet, can you have the situation that, for instance, some people are competing at A, B level and they have combinations of that, and other people B, C or C, D. You said everybody everybody chooses in the same category, but is that compulsory, or can you say, well, I'm not very strong at back bending yet, and I do that on a B level, and I do something else on an A level, or on a C, D level, or whatever? Is that possible?
Yeah.
Can you choose,
yes,
pick
exactly.
and choose? Yeah, so
yes,
kind of.
exactly. You can choose. Yes.
Okay.
The thing is, it opens the category. Let's say, for example, it opens up to A, B, C in quarterfinal level, means you can do maximum C. It doesn't mean you should not use B or A. Let's say semi-final level, it also opens D category, so that you can also have the access to the D category. You can also demonstrate D category asanas, if not C, if not B, if not A. In the final level, you get access to E difficulty level. In the E difficulty level, if you can able to do D difficulty level, you can do. If not, you can do D level. If not C, if not B, if not A. Okay, it just opens. It is up to that extent the athlete can give a maximum performance. However, it's not mandatory to choose the highest difficulty level.
If
It
you
is
do
up
have
to
in a
the
country
level of
not so many
practice of the athlete.
athletes, if in a country you have not so many athletes and some are very strong and others are weaker, do you kind of filter them out? Because otherwise those same people will always win, you know? For instance, if some people are really at the A-B level and some are very strong and they are really competing on C-D levels, then they will always win. Or do you also have kind of levels for certain people, you know? So, okay, this is more for the easier ones, or does that not exist?
So the actual competition, which already framed in the code of points, is first quarter-final level, semi-final level, final level. Okay. So this actually filters the kind of athletes. If the athletes, let's say for example, there is less number of athletes, let's say, as you said, if there is a less than 10 people. So as per the rule, we can go with a direct finals, because less than 10 people, we can directly go for the final competitions. In that case, the traditional Yogasana, for an example, 2 compulsory asanas there, 5 optional asanas there. They will do those asanas. Those who get good marks, let's say for example, 2 compulsory asana is compulsory to everyone. So when it comes to 5 optional asanas, there is more diversity to the athlete, because 5 optional asanas he can do. If the athlete is a little bit moderate or advanced practitioner, intermediate practitioner, can go with more difficult asanas as per his level, so that he can prove among the those people can come in the merit list. So in that particular age group,
Okay.
it automatically filters.
Good, very good coverage of a lot of subjects. And I'm really happy that they have all been answered. And guys, some of these answers may be necessary for your examination tomorrow. Maybe. Just try to be watchful and at least go through this regarding tomorrow. If not the entire COP, so that you will be able to catch up. Now, unless we have any other any other participants desirous of raising any issues, yeah, I already see some people. Sorry, Yuvan, I would like to invite more people, other people. Yeah, Maputo. Knocking, we are now knocking at Maputo. Anybody from Maputo raising a question? Please go ahead. If Madagascar is knocking the door twice or thrice, Maputo must be knocking at least once. Okay. Anybody else? All right. Now I think perforce you have to give last chance to Yuvan's question. If you fall in the examination, if you fail in the examination, can you get another? Can you get another chance in the near future? Okay, sir. Very interesting question. Tomorrow's examination, if one is going to fail, is there going to be another chance in the nearest future? Raghavendra ji, can you please answer?
Yes, sir. So to be honest with you, I don't know the exact answer. So we need to check with office committee, office, so World Yogasana office.
Okay, I guess I guess I had similar feedback that this is the only opportunity that is given, and the next opportunity for next examination is when there is going to be another course given along with a form being filled up for
Another time,
admission.
this type of training session.
Yes, similar session when it is going to happen. Okay, Kaz is asking what is the pass mark in the examination? What is the pass mark?
There will be a criteria, category, there is a grading, grade A plus, A, B, C, D, so on. So as far as I remember, D category is equals to fail. They need to reappear for the examination when it happens. So there is a range for A, B, C. So need to check with the grade. We'll be sharing in WhatsApp group for your convenience. Of course, the marks you are going to get always matters because it gives a grade to you. It's not just a pass or fail. It's a pass plus grade. Passed with A grade, B grade, C grade, D grade, E, so on, depending upon marks. We'll share the criteria in the WhatsApp.
We wish all the participants to get into the A grade. Now I see Kaz raising a hand. Okay, go ahead, Kaz. Or are you satisfied with the explanation? Madam Kaz, are you with us? I see that you don't have the power at your house and probably you're not able to communicate. You just raised a hand, so I thought you are having another question, or are you satisfied with the earlier question? Okay, thank you. No power. Okay, Kaz is settled, and you want one last opportunity for you to raise a question. No more, please. Okay, go ahead.
Yes. No, I asked that question about the examination because I found out that this course was going on when it was already for 2 days late. And also I had to give some lessons at the same time. So I missed quite about 5 or 6 times. And so I had to watch the videos later on. I still have not seen them all. So it was very difficult for me, because it came quite unexpected just towards me. To participate in this, and I did not know at the beginning that there was an examination. So for some people they probably knew what this was coming, and it was also allowed to join this group. So it was not clear for everyone, I think, who joined in later, that what all the requirements were. So that was my question. So, I mean, I'm really trying to get through all the material and to do my best, but I'm not as prepared as I would like to be. You see, and so I'm not. That's why I'm asking that question about the examination. So that's
It's okay. It's okay. No issue.
Okay, you are actually
no issue. We are always at liberty. Yeah, Raghavendra, go ahead, sir. Please go ahead, Raghavendra.
Okay, so it seems why you asked a question. Yes, can you hear my voice?
Yeah.
Yes.
Clear.
Can you hear my voice, sir?
Yes, clear.
Okay. So I think it seems like an explanation to me why she with respect to the examination.
Sorry.
Okay. Let me.
I cannot hear you very well.
Let me interpret. Looks like he is having some audio issue. Okay. Now what he's trying to say is your earlier question, the spirit of raising that question was very much understood when you had given that clarification. Even all of us have also understood. Don't think that when we were smiling when the question was being read, we were taking it as a silly question. No, it is also an important question, and it also explains. And secondly, all of you, please don't regret not having enough practice or preparation. Much as you can, in the real spirit of yogi, please try to get ready to the extent possible and be confident in approaching the paper. This is what best I can suggest and advise to all of you. Don't worry about the result. Do your best and leave it to the Almighty. That is how I would like to tell you all. Now it is time that we wind it up with the Shanti part. And if Raghavendra ji is okay with the audio now, he will offer. Otherwise, can you come
sir.
back?
I would like to just give a short information. So earlier I was conveying to Yoni regarding the it seemed explanation to me for the questions she raised earlier. So I just asked her, is there any suggestion, something like so? Can I give for the tomorrow examination like so? So that's what I asked.
Okay, you might not have got the question answer, which has come as a question. Are there any suggestions that you are seeking or suggesting in respect of the examination? You want one ultimate opportunity for you to speak out in case you have anything to say about this particular subject.
No, it's not so much a question of having specific questions. It's not having had the time to go through all the materials. I've tried to watch all the videos, but it takes a lot of time to make screenshots of it when you are, behind. And so it's a struggle to go through everything, and so it's just not being. It was not just possible for me to go through it more than once. So I mean, it's difficult to retain all that information. Tomorrow I will be on it also all day. I've been for it on the last days, but I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. Okay, let's go with the flow.
That's okay. No problem. No problem. No problem.
Okay, I'd like to share a brief notes. I mean, a brief points to be remembered for tomorrow examination. First thing, stick to the syllabus. Whatever we share, questions directly we are going to ask from the syllabus which covered in this particular sessions. The second thing is the questions will be asked directly. Some of the questions may be also asked indirectly. It is just to make sure that you knew and understood about the various events and various syllabus topics, whatever we covered. So it just give a light on the topics we covered, not on the entire cover page to last page preparation. Okay, just stick to the topics we covered and just revise them. Instead of seeing some of you might be having a speed reading skills, I don't know. So if you have a soft copy, open it, or if you have a hard copy, just fastly go through the topics we covered. Okay, after that, whenever you feel you are stuck in, then open the video of that particular class and just clarify your queries. If not, if you have queries, just drop a voice message sharing the page number or so on, or a screenshot or a photo of the thing in the WhatsApp group. Maybe some of your friends also might experiencing some difficulty with respect to such kind of questions. So we'll be answering them in the WhatsApp group itself. Nothing to worry about.
So you think it would be quicker, because it takes a lot of time to go through all the videos, because the videos are very long. So it will be quicker for me to just go to look at the subjects that you've given and just go concentrate on the CUP and just take my own notes on that, because in fact, the whole thing I can only revise tomorrow. So I've just been a lot on the videos, but it's a lot of stopping and making screenshots and whatever, so maybe going to the CUP is faster just by itself.
That's not a prime suggestion. As you said, time being a constraint. So what I suggest, if you go through the material, so if you have a speed reading skills, you can read everything pretty much in a very short time. After that, you can, if you have a time, so that you can proceed with the videos wherever the topics are you not comfortable. It is not a ultimate suggestion. You go through code of points. If it is the case, this not supposed to be the session for having question answers, or maybe for the discussion, for sharing the knowledge inputs. Yes, simply reading, we may not be able to understand all the concepts. It requires some explanation whenever required. So as we are seeing you from the last of classes, you may be missing a few classes. First cover them theoretically, then thereafter you can go through the videos.
Yeah.
So if you cover the time, it's not a suggestion to you, especially. It's suggested to go through videos. First you just read, then again go through videos. Remaining people who already gone through the videos, you can directly go to the code of points. You can just have a brief revision. Wherever you stuck, open the video, cross check. If you still have questions, write to the WhatsApp group. Clear?
Okay. Thank you.
Close your eyes or to keep your mic mute mode. So let's pray. You may silently. Make sure you inhale slowly and exhale slowly. Inhale slowly and exhale slowly. You may repeat after me. Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Loka Samasta Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Everyone be healthy. Everyone be happy. Everyone get a good thing, good act happen in their life. Everyone's life filled with the complete. With the help and blessings of the Almighty. So be it. Amina. Amen.